And as a man, is your body count high or low?
Well, what do you consider a high body count to be?
Double digit.
Double digits, apparently.
No, it's not double digits.
It's not.
No.
So have you had numerous sexual partners?
I think that's good.
Yeah.
And
I think
have you
he's
felt
not
in love
qualified
with
to be
all the
talking.
sexual partners you've had?
He's not cool.
No.
No. Would you expect a woman to be in love with all the sexual partners that she'd had? I just wanna like.
I don't understand what you're asking me.
Can you scoot your mic over where?
No, I'm saying like, obviously, before.
Are you just trying to move
Scoot
into
it.
an
You're
appeal to
scooted that
hypocrisy
way.
where you're like,
Scoot it that
why do
way.
you have these expectations for others when you have different expectations for yourself?
Yeah.
Is that basically where you're going with this?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay, I kind of figured. So it's a very low tier kind of argument. So the idea that, let's say for a second that I had fucked 1,000 chicks,
Yeah.
but I only wanted to date women who were virgins. It's not hypocrisy.
But that's setting your standards higher than what you have as standards yourself.
Yeah, but what's hypocritical about it?
Everything.
What? What's hypocritical about it?
That you expect a woman to close her legs when you're the one that's opening many women's legs.
Yeah, but what's hypocritical about that?
Because you expect a woman to be a virgin, however you expect every other
Do
woman
you expect that men are taller than you?
Can you stop putting in, please? I'm being quite respectful and talking, and you just putting in.
Well, I'm
You
just
asked him a
asking you
question.
No, I was
very
halfway
quick-
through my answer of when he was speaking.
Okay, go ahead.
No, because I've been calm on this conversation compared to normal.
Yeah, I
That's
agree with
true.
that.
It is true. It's
That's
true.
very true.
Yeah, I agree with that. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is you expect many women to open their legs for you, but then the woman that you want, you don't expect her to close her legs
That's
for everyone
hypocrisy.
else.
No,
So
that would be.
it's being
so that-
hypocritical.
Yeah, so that would be, so I'm going to untangle these two concepts for you. The first one is no, I don't expect that at all, me personally. But
So
if
you
we're
would-
contending,
Sorry.
stop.
I
Let me
said
just answer,
sorry.
Okay, let me just answer. But if you're asking me from the perspective of the argument of hypocrisy, would it be hypocritical for a man to want to only date virgins if he himself is not a virgin? The answer is no. There's nothing hypocritical about that.
But would that not work the same way around with women?
Yeah, it would be the same. They wouldn't be hypocrites either, yeah.
What do you think, Brian?
I mean, I certainly have thoughts on this. I actually don't think that there's anything wrong, for example, if a man who perhaps he has a high body count, if he wants to date a woman with a low body count or even a virgin. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't even think it's hypocritical.
So is it wrong for a woman with a high body count to want a man that has had a low body count?
That has a low body
Yeah.
count?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be wrong.
No.
It's
It
not.
wouldn't be.
It's not a matter of saying that it's wrong. It's just a matter of saying what's hypocrisy and what isn't.
That's hypocrisy.
No, it wouldn't be
How?
hypocritical, and I wouldn't object to a woman with a high body count preferring a man with a low body count, although I think this is much more rare than the reverse.
Hypocrisy is the espousing or advocacy of a position which you yourself will not follow. Will not. Okay? So if you say this, I have the expectation that I have a high body count but will only sleep with virgins, that's not hypocritical. It's only hypocritical.
So
if you were to say, hang on, I'm explaining it so that you understand. It would only be hypocritical for you to say, but women can't do the same thing. That would be when you would be the hypocrite.
So would you be happy wifing someone who had like
He's
a
married.
massive,
He's married.
not
who?
anymore?
No.
Yes.
I was wondering about
He's
that.
currently married.
When you
You have
first
fake
came
news.
on, you were
I don't
asking
have fake
something about
news.
that.
I've been married for years and years.
Andrew, go get your wife.
Really bad
Andrew, just go get your wife.
Yeah, get
Put-
your
Yeah, go get a wife. Oh my God, please.
Andrew, go
Get
get
your wife.
Rachel just to
Rachel.
We gone to
remove
Rachel.
all doubt.
Yeah, what are you
Fuck.
talking about?
Remove all doubt. But here, I'll give you.
Happily married, have been for
But they're
well
on the
over
East
a decade.
Coast,
What
right?
the hell are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
The fact that you got divorced.
Yeah, I heard he saying something like that before. I was
What
like,
in the world would that have to do with anything?
Brian said, "Go get your wife. Do what Daddy says."
Shut up! I'm having a conversation.
but they're on the
Wait, so
east side.
here,
No, I
He's
agree
probably
with her. Go
asleep
get
right
her.
now. And they're on the east coast.
Okay.
If you want to prove the point, then there shouldn't be an issue.
What's the issue? I don't even see what the issue
No,
is.
'cause
What Daddy said. Go get your wife.
Here,
Anyway, so
really
what-
quick,
what did you
I
say
want
that the
to. I'm
issue
gonna. So okay, I'm gonna weigh in on this conversation here a little bit. So you're saying essentially that if a man who has a high body count, it would be hypocritical or wrong for him to want to date a woman with a low body count.
No, I'm not saying that. I just
So what are you
say,
saying?
I said like basically they always expect women to have low body counts when they're happy to do what they want to do and sleep with as many people as they want to sleep with. However, then expect women who have opened the legs for them to close the legs for everyone, including the people that they've slept with.
So you,
To
okay,
just
how
not
about-
have
So a guy
sex.
who's promiscuous wants to date a woman who's not promiscuous. Is that your argument?
No, I'm
Basically.
saying
Maybe
basically
not
if he
date,
goes
but
and sleeps
settle
with a lot
down
of
with.
promiscuous women and then expects to wife a non-promiscuous woman, why is he then expecting to have sex with a lot of promiscuous women and then be able to wife someone who's not promiscuous and not understand the other side to it of these women have been promiscuous for him. However, you can't understand anything about, oh yeah, these women can't be promiscuous to anyone and they're only allowed me.
It's preference, because like for example,
No, I get it's preference. I'm just saying like it's very double standards with most men with what they expect
So?
from a woman.
hold on,
I have a question.
No, wait, hold
No,
on.
it's just
Before you
jarring.
before you
That's
go,
all you have to
before,
say,
before
so-
you go on,
Well, I'm
Mamitas.
going to get into my argument, but
Go ahead.
Let me say, if you don't mind. So, like right now, like I know you do like OnlyFans and stuff, and you also most of those guys they have money, right? They have money,
Most of them are
so
broke.
right?
No, most of them are
They
broke.
just,
no.
they just
Okay,
love me and
maybe-
like to spend all the money.
They're,
So-
they're irresponsible with their
once you
finances.
decide to stop doing that, are you gonna want a rich man or are you gonna be okay with the poor man?
I'm
You're
fine
probably
with
gonna
that.
need a man.
As long-
Okay, well, yeah, there
As
you
long
go.
as
Okay.
they love me for me and I'm more.
So-
Not me.
If I earn my own money, then
Not me.
it can completely be on the basis of I like them for their personality rather than their money. Because most women who don't earn their own money go for a man because of their money. Whereas if I'm making my own money, I can choose a man off like my connection with the man. And which is why I like doing what I'm doing, because I'm earning my own money so that people can't then be like, oh yeah, she's a gold digger, she's this, she's that.
And
Instead,
Brian,
it's completely on the
I know
connection.
you want to move on, but I just have a real quick question.
I don't want to move on. I want
Okay,
to
okay.
actually have the
So
fucking argument.
I have a question
I-
too after.
So and I'm gonna stop right now
Yeah,
after
go
this
ahead, go
question. Besides OnlyFans, like what other skills do you have? Like once you decide to stop doing that, like
You're
I'll
not
have-
even
I'll have
addressing her fucking argument. You're
I'll have enough
derailing.
to be set for life.
I'm derailing?
As soon as I decide to stop.
You're not even
I'm sorry.
staying
Okay,
on the topic.
then I'm gonna get off. Okay, go on, Mom.
So I have a question for Brian, and it's Andrew, right? Andrew?
Holy shit! No, you can wait.
Oh.
You can
that's
wait.
not
No,
nice.
but it's
I think
super late
maybe
with
I'm
this.
confused. I don't know what the hell's going
Is
on.
that okay if I?
No, you can wait to ask it later.
Jeez.
Okay.
She's been very quiet the whole podcast. She wants to butt in and
Yeah,
say
but it's
her
been very
question.
clear that I'm trying to actually engage with your conversation here.